Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to never miss an update from Rouse IAS. Hello and welcome to Rouse IAS Mains QIP program, a series of video lectures curated to support you through your mains answer writing journey. Now in this session, we shall be taking up questions on topic of geography, environment, ecology, biodiversity and disaster management. Herein we aim to share with you tips and tricks to enhance the quality of your mains answer writing so as to ensure your success at this stage of the examination. So now let's begin with the session. So the question reads, what is the significance of developing inland waterways in India? Identify the associated challenges and suggest solution with regard to these challenges. Now this is a 15-marker question, that is 250 words. Now again moving on with the session, we shall discuss why this question was framed, how to decode a question of this sort, how to make a sample answer for this question, and at last the review of the answer based on Rouse evaluation parameter. So let's begin with the session. Now let us first have a look why a question of this form has been framed. So the question is themed around the inland waterways in India. Now the inland waterways are basically water bodies that are being used to facilitate navigation. Now this theme forms part of the geographical feature and their location changes in critical features including water body and ice cap section of the GS paper 1 subsection World Geography. Now further, with reference to UPSC previous year question paper, a question with the theme of inland waterway has been asked in the past. For example, in 2017 a question was framed, in what way can floods be converted into a sustainable source of irrigation and all-weather inland navigation in India? Further, another question of similar sorts was asked the previous year in 2016, wherein it read, enumerate the problems and the prospects of inland water transportation in India. Thus, clearly inland water navigation and transportation is clearly important from the UPSC examiner's mindset. And hence all the aspirants must definitely prepare this topic. Now moving forwards, let us understand why is this theme important for the mains of 2020. Now the year 2019 saw a lot of development with regard to inland waterways. Now in front of you is a PIB clipping wherein on the 10th of September 2019, Prime Minister inaugurated India's second multimodal terminal on Ganga. Now mind it, this is the second of the three multi-terminal model that is being constructed on river Ganga under the famous Jal Marg Vikas project. And hence inland navigation becomes important for this year. Further, there was another news on PIB with reference to the date of March 2020, wherein Ministry of Shipping had been talking about ways of promoting inland waterways in the country. The coverage talked in detail about the three inland waterway projects already initiated by the Inland Waterway Authority of India, that is the National Waterway 1 between Ganga, Bhagirathi and Hooghly river system. Another is the National Waterway 2 between River Brahmaputra from Dhubri to Sahidia in Assam, and at last National Waterway 3 that is under development in Kerala. And hence clearly the theme is extremely important for the year 2020 and must be prepared in detail. Now moving on to the next section, let's try to decode the question. So the question reads, what is the significance of developing inland waterways in India? Now this forms the first part of the question. Now the second part reads, identify the associated challenges and suggest solution with regard to these challenges. Now, once you have identified all the keywords, let's try to break the question into subparts. So now we begin answering the question by first defining what are inland waterways. Because inland waterways is a key term and thus demands an explanation. Moving forward, we address the first part of the question, that is the significance of inland waterways. Moving on to the second part of the question, we talk about the associated challenges of the inland waterways. And in the third part of the question, we try to suggest the solution to these challenges. And at last, we try to conclude the question by undertaking the stand that Indian government has been taking and the steps it has been taking in this regard. So now let's see how the actual introduction body conclusion will look like for this question. Now, adopting the generic introduction body conclusion approach, in the introduction we start by defining inland navigation, then we move on to the body part wherein we talk about the significance, challenges and solution to the challenges. And at last in the conclusion we talk about the steps that the Indian government is taking. Again, as per the weightage allocation, the body part shall account for approximately 70% of the word limit, and the rest shall be divided between the introduction and the conclusion. Now moving on with the actual sample answer discussion. So now the introduction for this question reads, so we begin our sample answer by talking about what inland waterways mean. Now India is a country with a wide network of navigable Indian waterways in terms of rivers, canals, backwaters, creeks and tidal inlets, thus making use of this holds key to further India's economic and trade prospects. So here in the first sentence we have explained what inland waterway mean, and in the second sentence we have tried to create a connector that connects the first para, that is the introduction, with that of body, wherein we discuss the significance and challenges of the inland waterways. Now moving on to the body and starting off with the significance. Now significance of inland waterways can be understood in terms of four key important benefits of inland waterways, that is environment friendly, cost effective, better connectivity and economical. Now let's look at these subpoints. Now inland waterways are said to be extremely environment friendly because they are less carbon intensive and provide for a cleaner mode of transportation in terms of CO2 emission and particulate matter emission. Further, inland transportation are considered one of the most effective way of transportation, given they are highly fuel efficient and require negligible acquisition of the land. Further, they also help provide better connectivity as they add on to the India's transport mix and ensure seamless interconnectivity among the various modes of transportation. Lastly, the inland waterway also helps address the congestion issue that we have been facing with respect to the railroad network. And lastly, the economical benefit in terms of generating new employment opportunities and a source of income generation for the poor and the middle class. Further, they will also help enhance India's trade competitiveness, given they will help reduce fleet cost, which by far is highest in the world. Thus, these all points signify the importance of inland waterways for India. Further, let's move on to the challenges that inland waterways face. Now, in front of you is a picture of the inland water navigation across the National Waterway 1. Now, visualizing this picture, let us try to highlight few challenges that are very obvious. Now, clearly, one of the most important challenge here is the navigation depth. As rivers of India carry lot of sedimentation, especially the Himalayan rivers, wherein the large ship size or the large cargo vessel are not able to navigate when the adequate depth is not available. Now, another important challenge is obviously the adequate amount of water flow, which might not be available in the peninsular rivers, which are seasonal in nature. Now, another important challenge can be with respect to the railroad bridges and their height, because if these bridges are placed at a lower height, it may affect the navigability of this water body. Now, another important challenge exists with regard to the harm that this ship can cause to the biodiversity of the water and the pollution that it can cause to the environment in terms of emissions and oil spills in the water. Now, another important challenge may be the speed with which the water body or the cargo vessel moves. Now, this speed has to be in competition with that of the road and the rail speed, because if the speed is lower than these two modes of transportation, inland waterways development will be hampered. Now, another important challenge could be with regard to loading and unloading of the ships and adequate mechanization for this process. Thus, you can clearly see how within 1 to 2 minutes we have been able to think of so many new points that we were not aware of initially. Hence, visualization as a technique is often very helpful when we are not able to generate adequate points and are stressed during the exam condition. Now, let's try to see how can we frame these challenges that we have just identified. Now, we have tried to club the challenges within the 4 main framework, that is technical challenge, ecological challenge, social challenges and the economical challenges. Let's have a look at them one by one. Now, the first important technical challenge is that of the vertical displacement of the bridges that we had just discussed. Another important challenge is adequate mechanization for loading and unloading of vehicles at the terminal. Now, third important challenge is that of requirement of extensive dredging due to least available depth, against due to high sedimentation of the Indian rivers, especially the Himalayan rivers. Next, we come at ecological challenges. These challenges, as we had just discussed, talk about the habitat degradation of the water bodies due to dredging operations. Another important challenge is with regard to pollution. This could be with regard to air pollution and also with regard to water pollution, as we had just discussed. Now, the social challenge includes livelihood impact on the fishing community, whose catches might drop if habitat degradation actually happens. Next important social challenge is that of displacement due to land acquisition for enhancing the inland water infrastructure. Now, land acquisition is always a social problem, and in case of inland waterways, it will again create a hurdle. Now, the last challenge is economical. Now, it is said that the development of inland water transportation infrastructure is heavily dependent on finances and capital requirement. Now, the last challenge is that of the slower mode of transportation vis-a-vis railroad, as we had just discussed. If the inland water transportation is not economical in terms of cost and time required, then it will lose out on its competitors, that is rail and roadways. Now, with this we come to end with respect to the challenges. Now moving towards the solution to these challenges. Now in front of you is a list of solutions that may help overcome the above discussed challenges. Now these include scientific studies so as to minimize the negative impact on the biodiversity. Now scientific study and sufficient research in this department can help us develop ways so as the inland waterways transportation can be undertaken without negatively or adversely affecting the biodiversity. Now, second important solution is to develop enabling policy to facilitate interstate collaboration and sharing of best practices. For rivers don't know any political boundary, thus it is important for adopting a collaborative approach here. Now the third important solution is development of key inland waterway infrastructure such as the multimodal freight terminal, roll-on roll-off crossings and river information system. Mind it, Indian government has been working on the three front for past couple of years. Now the last solution is that of making use of technology-enabled platforms such as Internet of Things, so as to ensure the safety and efficiency is maintained by facilitating transportation via inland waterways. Now with this we complete the body part of the answer. Now moving on to the conclusion. Now in the conclusion we try to introduce the step that the Indian government has been taking in the regard of facilitating inland water transportation in the country. So the conclusion states, inland water transportation holds the key to future green transportation as suggested by Niti Aayog in its 3-year action agenda, recognizing which the government has brought out the Jal Marg Vikas project for capacity augmentation of National Waterway 1. Now clearly in the answer we have tried to introduce few key aspects that Government of India has been undertaking. But there are various other schemes and programs and agendas that are there on government's mind, and accordingly you may use any of those in your conclusion. Now with this we come to the end of our answer discussion. Now let's move on to the next segment, that is answer review. Now in front of us is the Rao's evaluation parameter. Now let us try to evaluate our answer based on these parameters. So the first parameter talks about answer relevancy. Now based on the previous discussion we can clearly say that our answer was relevant enough as per the demand of the question. Now the second parameter talks about answer enrichment in terms of key terms, commission reports and current affairs. So we had made use of certain subject specific keywords such as multimodal freight terminal, roll-on roll-off crossings and river information system. Further, we had also made use of a Niti Aayog report, and at last we associated the current affairs with regard to the Jal Marg Vikas project of the Government of India. Now with regard to the next set of parameters, we shall look into how our answer was presented. So the first point talks about structure. So answer was clearly divided into introduction, body and conclusion. Hence we have adopted and satisfied this parameter. The second parameter talks about presentation in terms of use of subheadings, points and diagrams. Thus in this answer, although we did not make use of any diagrams, but we definitely made use of headings and subheadings. Now with regard to the language, we had tried to keep our answer short and sweet. And at last, the word limit. Again, we had tried to stick to 250 plus minus 12 to 15% variation. That is 285 words. Hence, we have done well with regard to this parameter also. So all in all, the answer was a decent answer, but you may with lot of practice write a better answer than this too. So with this we come to the end of our session. Hope to see you in the next session. Thank you.